The French border control zone at the port of Dover is to be expanded to reduce the risk of queues at peak times when new EU laws come into force in November, the government says. Under the EU's entry-exit system EES, travelers entering from the UK and other non-EU countries will have to register their details at the EU border and provide biometric data. Home Office Minister Selima Mahuto will lay a statutory instrument in Parliament on Monday to allow French border officials to operate in an expanded zone at the port of Dover. So they are taking these steps to reduce the queues, to reduce the stress that the people who are making use of this border when this EU's entry and exit system comes into force in November this year, so that the people will not have to stand there in long queues, people will not be stressed out and all that. So they are taking measures already to see that they avert long queues at this port in Dover. It will commit the Home Office to working with French government, local authorities and businesses to streamline EU border checks at the border. The law change is part of the preparations to minimize the risk of traffic disruption and to create more space to process passengers, which is wonderful. The port plans to change the location of passport control for passengers arriving to board ferries from Dover's eastern docks to a new border control zone at its western docks. This is wonderful because if they can separate the people crossing to enter the ferry, the people crossing to use the trains, is going to reduce the queues, is going to reduce the stress. The port has also been making major upgrades to its port infrastructure, including building spoke facilities to carry out the checks. This is awesome. It will have 24 kiosks for coach passengers to complete the checks and will register passengers in cars using agents and tablets. So you see, the EUs are already making effort. We just hope that in as much as they are making this effort, their efforts should produce the required results, and they should make sure that smaller airports have the required equipment. They are fully equipped to be able to handle this new change. Ms. Mahota says the checks will be a major change to the EU border, so the public should prepare for some queues during peak times when they are first introduced. So this minister is saying that this will be a major change. So during the peak time, when the people are traveling, they should prepare for the long queues